Hello and welcome to Kitchen Counter Crafts. If you like this video, would you please like, comment, share, and subscribe? And if you will, hit the bell icon and you will be notified of new videos. Today I want to make some chipboard tags, and I actually saw some videos on how to do this. There's two of them that I thought in particular were really good, and I'll put the links down below, and so you can take a look at that. But mine's just a tad bit different in that I'm using this. So you can actually just, as in junk journaling, don't throw anything away. I saw this, and this is just a Costco granola bar thing. It's a package, and it's actually not that large. It's, when it folds up, it's not too terribly large, but this is the other side of this box, and so when you unfold it, all of a sudden you have quite a bit of real estate to work with, and so it's really nice. Now the only thing to be careful about, I don't know if you can tell, but there's like a perforated edge here that may pop out some of your little tags that you're making, so just not to do something on the lines, but you can work kind of around that as well. So one of the things I wanted to do was to see how easy is it to actually peel this off, and it turns out it is literally a piece of cake. So it's very, very easy. So the determining factor was the inside, and it has a craft inside. And what I will encourage you to do is, of course, if you don't live in the States, you don't have Costco or things like that. What you might want to do is take a look at your cereal boxes, or I don't know, oatmeal boxes or any other boxes, and just kind of peel, start peeling. I didn't even show you what I was doing. Okay, just start peeling from the edges. So just kind of get that started. You might need some fingernails for that. And just be careful that you don't grab too many of the layers. And this one, I'm grabbing too many. So you want to try to just grab the top layer. And look, it's literally just coming right off. So if you don't have fingernails, you can use a butter knife. That will work, because my nails were just short not too long ago and I couldn't get anything because I had broken it. But you can actually peel all of this stuff off. So I'm gonna finish peeling. Actually, oh, never mind. I was gonna stop the video while I peeled this all off, but check out how easy that is. Oh, now I said it. No, it's not going to be. All right, so you know what? I'm gonna do a small version of this, or no, we're gonna go ahead and stop. All right, and just as I stopped the video, it just all came off in one sheet. So there you go. It just kind of always happens that way. So now we have this kind of rough-ish side that I just took the label off of, and then a really nice smooth side that you can actually see in the video. That was the inside of the package. So I'm gonna use the rougher outside. And there's two reasons why. Number one, because once for the glue to settle, it's nice to have the rougher side because I find that it adheres better. And then when you punch or you cut your tags out, this smooth side is the back of the tags. So it's really, really nice for that. So now we are just going to glue a piece of paper or scrapbook paper or whatever else that you want to do. You can also Mod Podge and do this as like a master board. But what I did was I was cleaning out my study, and then I was also cleaning out my fountain pens. And so I had fountain pens that needed to be emptied out and cleaned out. And so I just took the ink and I stained all this paper. And so while I can't really use, well, I guess I could use the front side, I don't know, but I just think if I glue it down, then it gives me all this surface to work with. So I'm just using some regular glue, and we're just gonna lay that down. And I guess I could have put it on the paper itself. And I was thinking about this, there is that perforated line that I was telling you about, but once you put paper down, it's not gonna matter because the paper and the glue are gonna kind of hold stuff together. So I'm just gonna get it to the edges. I don't know if this paper reaches all the way down, but it's just cheapy glue, so we'll just put it on here and see there's like lots of empty spots. I just want to make sure everything gets coated pretty well. You can use a brush for this, but of course I'm not. But you could. You probably should, just to get a nice even coating on this. Okay. Hey, that was pretty darn good. I think I got it to the edges here. Let's see, is it? I don't know. So on the edges, what I'm gonna do is just put some glue on the paper itself. And let's see how well that adheres. Just wipe my hands off there. And now you're gonna want to just kind of smooth all this out, kind of like wallpaper, so that you don't have all these ripply edges. It's just a gift card that has a 0 balance on it. So that's a lot better. And then you really should wait for this to dry. This is kind of not really adhered very well. So what I'm going to do is peel it back, and don't worry if it rips a little, because it'll just add to the character of your tag. So I'm gonna just glue that down. All right, now let me just come in here a little bit more. And I bought these clear stamps on, I think, AliExpress. And so there's a bunch that are very nice in terms of like labels. And let me show you. So I actually took them, and so that one is from that one, and also this really nice label here. This one and this one are two different ones. Let me show you. They're from, I think they're Prima. I don't remember, but they're old. So that's just one that's different. But this, I will try to put a link if I can remember. If not, just remind me to put a link down below. So this one is not shabby at all. It has several different like round circles, little rectangle, and then this one that I use quite a bit, and then this big one. So let's use that big one. And the Lazy Girl's Guide to Crafting will tell you that you can just put it right on the lid if you can't find your things, and you can actually see through this, which is marvelous. And then you can also press your stamp in to get a good image. Voila. No, you can't see it now. There we go. And so we're gonna continue on and make a few of these, just so you can see. And this is, I'm doing while it's still wet, but you can see that that's pretty much it. So you just stamp the rest of the sheet. You can also put other paper on this side if you want. It's really what I ended up doing here. I'm gonna zoom out so you can see I had a little bit of section left, so I just took some book pages and then stamped, and I may even just cut this out as like a bookmark, which would be really great. So another thing I did was I added gold acrylic paint, and I actually did that first and then I stamped, so I forgot that little spot. But look how it just gives all of this a really great dimension, and it's just gold acrylic paint, just a couple cents that you can purchase it from, you know, your local craft store. So now let's go ahead and cut some of these out. I'm gonna start with this one. I kind of like the edge on this. I'm gonna try and keep this one fairly close so that I get a nice even edge on that one. But you know, it doesn't have to be like that. You can decide to do whatever you like. But you can just kind of hear, this has a really nice heft to it. And I know like some of you are using cereal boxes, and so you can do that too, because you can run that through your die cut. Whoa, sorry about that. Your die cut machine. This I cannot run through my die cut machine because it's way too thick. So let me jump down here a little bit. Get that. And go all the way up to the little tags. Okay. So check that out. That is, I don't know, it just makes me so happy to have tags like that. And you can cut it square like this, or what I like to do is just leave a little bit, since you already have paper on it. I just actually leave a little bit aside. This one, this is looking kind of not so great. So I'll go ahead and cut this to the paper. There we go. Okay, so I have 2 tags that I've made that I can now utilize. You can even, you know, write something on there. You can use this as the top of a journal. This is sideways. That's the only thing, when you're freehand cutting, it's not going to be just exactly right. But for those of you who'd like, you can use a ruler and, you know, make some little rows so that all your stuff comes out right, or you could just wing it. So I have a couple things here that we can use. I have my crocodile, and this is the smaller kind of version. It's not the big, huge, big bite. And in this, I have several different eyelets that I can put in. So like this one is just real tiny ones. And, you know, I haven't really tried the tiny ones with this. Do I dare? Yeah, let's, I don't know. I don't think that's gonna fit in there. Or is it? Let's not do that. Let's just go ahead with the regular one. So if you haven't used this crocodile before, let me show you. There is a little unlock button. And you can just go like that. And you need to like squeeze this in and then really unsqueeze, and then it goes. And then this is a one of the smaller holes. Yes, this is a 6 centimeter. I can't tell. I usually just look at the hole size. So this is a big one. And then this is the smaller eyelet hole. And then this is where you set your eyelet. So that's all there is to it. There's like 3 parts. So let's grab one. You know, I'm going to do gold, since I have gold in the center of this. I think that'll look great. I'm just going to choose the smaller hole punch, and you will just, oh, there's the sizes. 1/8 and 3/16. Gosh, you know, I have to like refamiliarize myself with all of this. Is that gonna fit that size? I don't know. You know what, I'm gonna use the smaller, because if I need a bigger size hole punch, I can actually do that. And let's do it in the middle. So there we go. And that is way too small. Let's go for the larger one now. And you can see here, I don't know if you can tell, I'm gonna center this right in. Can you see that? Okay. A little close to the edge, but that's okay. That's why I'm kind of reinforcing this thing. And I just punched that. And then this little poking out part goes into this. Okay, that's kind of, how I remember it. What in the world? I'm trying to do the camera, trying to do this at the same time. Not the best video here. Okay, let's set the eyelet right there. And there we go. All right, so that pokey part goes in there, and I just moved it again. Okay, just give it a good squeeze, and that's the end of that. Oh no, I did a horrible job. Is it the other way around? There we go. That's it. Okay. So now I got it, and I'm gonna just tell you, sometimes mine come out a little wonky and warped, and I just take my awl, and you can just straighten that out. That's all you have to do. There we go. And I'm sure those are horrendous instructions, and if they are and you want to yell at me, you can, because or if you want to laugh at me, you can do that too. But there, I just smoothed it out. So I've got this lovely little eyelet that looks pretty decent, I think. And then you can just put a little string through that and call it a day. So let's get my string here. And you have a little tag. So you can use this for a gift, or you can just use it however you want. But it's got a nice chipboard. You can round out the corners. Let's just go ahead and do that while I have this in my hand. And to round it out, I do have a paper rounder, corner rounder, but I just go like this with my scissors and just snip off ever so slightly. Sometimes you feel like you're doing something and everything goes wrong, but it's all right. It's just paper. At the end of the day, just remember, it's just paper in a granola bar box you're going to throw away. You're going to throw the paper away, and you are also going to be throwing away the paper and the box. It's trash. It's literally trash. So if you mess it up, it's no big deal. It's just trash. So there's my tag, and I can do that also with these little tiny ones, or just utilize them in a journal like this one, and just kind of put that on top of, you know, wherever you're gonna utilize it. And it's got a little 3D piece to it. So you can even stack this up and make it a thicker chipboard. So like this guy didn't really turn out that awesome. I mean, I like the coloring on it, but you know, it's not the best. And if you have a little bit of the chipboard left, which I have quite a bit of it left, I can actually do this. Take some of this and then glue it and glue it and glue it. And then all of a sudden you get a really nice thick tag that has like a 3D piece. You can already see a little bit of the shadowing on that. So you can use this as just chipboard. You can use all the pieces. You can even put something in between here. This one I tore up, but this one is not torn up entirely. It's just the top of the box. And so some of these pieces are kind of almost ready to go. This has like little lines in it. It's great. So I'll just pop that into a junk journal and call it good. So fun with leftover boxes. Really, that should be the title of today's video. I hope that you got something out of this, and I hope it'll encourage you to just take a look and see what you're getting ready to throw away and maybe give it new life. Until the next time, bye-bye.